practicing.
I ain't there now.
Been practicing. Next week I got to hear that.
Shalom. Y'all all right? Y'all all right?
Hey, shalom.
Shalom.
Watch y'all step with them cords.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and pray in. Let's go ahead and pray in.
Actually, I gotta be on point. Joshua's on. I gotta be on point. Right. I know about that.
Yeah, something about the air conditioning unit. We're gonna be here also.
About to put no air.
No, he got one already.
Huh?
I said he got one.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Hey, did he make it out alive yesterday?
Who?
Alan.
Oh, where?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't here. You talk to me back.
Okay.
All right. For those of y'all who don't know, when we pray in, we read Deuteronomy 6:4. I say it in English, and then I'm gonna say it in Hebrew. Y'all repeat after me. All right. Then we're gonna go over Exodus, the 20th chapter, which is the commandments.
Please mute your phone.
Please mute your phones. Don't ruin the movie by adding your own soundtrack. All right, y'all ready? All minds clear? This is Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahuwah our Elohim, Yahuwah is one. Shema Yisrael. Yahuwah Eloheinu. Yahuwah Echad. This is Exodus chapter 20, or Shemot chapter 20 and verse 3. We will have no other mighty ones. Against the Most High. We will not make any carved image. Or any likeness. Of that which is in Shamayim above. Or which is in the earth beneath. Or which is in the waters under the earth. We would not bow down to them. Nor serve them. For Yahuwah El is a jealous El, visiting the wicked of the fathers on the children, to the third and fourth generation of those that hate him, but showing kindness to thousands of those who love him and keep his commandments. We will not bring the name of Yahuwah El to nothing, for Yahuwah will not leave us unpunished, who brings his name to nothing. We will remember the Shabbat day, to keep it Kodesh. 6 days we will labor, do all our work, but the seventh day is the Shabbat of Yahuwah El. For in 6 days Yahuwah made Shamayim and the earth and the sea and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore Yahuwah barak the Shabbat day. We will respect our fathers and our mothers, so that our days are long upon the earth. We will not murder. We will not commit adultery. We will not steal. We will not bear false witness against our neighbor. We will not covet anything against our neighbor.
Father, y'all, we give thanks for this day. Thanks for every soul that is gathered together, Father. Thanks for your Shabbat, Father, that was given to be assigned between you and your people, Father. Yes. Father, we pray and ask, Father, that you allow your Ruach to be with us on this day, Father, to give understanding unto the hearer and utterance unto the speaker, so that we all may be doers of your word, Father. Father, we ask that every soul that is in transit, that you would allow them to make it here safely. We thank you and ask that you would just be with us, Father, that you would help us to understand that you would impart wisdom upon each and every one of us, Father, as we listen to your word, that it would be received without hindrance or obstacle, Father, according to your will. Father, all these things we pray and we give thanks for Shem Yehovah, Benkaya, Hoshua, Hamashiach, and Ruach HaKodesh. So be it.
So be it.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shabbat Samarim. You can go. Shabbat. Tavo. Makuta. They got saved. That's all.
Hallelujah. Most High has blessed us to see another Shabbat. What a blessing. What a blessing. You don't think it's a blessing, keep watching the news. And you begin to thank him for another day. You begin to praise him for another day. Come on, team. Song says, come in the house. This is our invitation song. We here, we want the Most High to be here. Not just today, when we have a gathering here, when we have a meeting here, when we have anything here, we want him to be here. Hallelujah. This is a beautiful thing. We're running out of room, y'all. This is a wonderful thing. That means it's growth. That means it's being watered. That means he's being fruitful. People are tapping into their gifts and they want to give the Most High praise. They want to come together. Hallelujah. Come in the house. Come in the house. You are welcome home. Come in the house. Say one more time. Come in the house. Come in the house. The main mix, turn it down. You are welcome. Come in the house. Come on, everybody, come. Come in the house. Come in the house. Lucy, you are welcome. You are welcome. Oh, come in the house. Oh, come in the house. Come in the house. Come in the house. Come in the house. Lucy, you are welcome. You are welcome. Oh, come in the house. Come on, everybody. Come in the house. Come in the house. Come in the house. Lucy, you are welcome. You are welcome. Let your presence fill. Let your presence fill the house. Let your presence fill the house. Go to you are welcome. Go to you are welcome. Let your presence fill the house. Let your presence fill the house. Fill the house. Oh, presence fill the house. Let your welcome. Let your presence fill the house. Let your glory, let your glory fill the house. Oh, your glory fill the house. Your glory fill the house. Oh, let your glory fill the house. Let your glory fill the house. Oh, glory fill the house. Your glory fill the house. Come on, let your love, let your love fill the house. Let your love fill the house. Only you. Let your love fill the house. Come on, you girl, let your love, let your love fill the house. Let your love fill the house. Oh, there ain't nobody greeted nobody, ain't nobody smiled at nobody. We got another Shabbat that we happy about. Even if you don't want to go to that person, come on, I want everybody to stand up and at least throw them a wave. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? Shabbat shalom. Come on. It's another week. That's right. Somebody you may not know might need that hug. They might need that handshake. That's what we do here. Come on, let your love. Let your love. Oh, let your love. That's what you do. That's what you do. Let your love. Oh, let your love. Let your love. Oh, let your love. Just go to you. Oh, let your love. One last time, let your love. Let your love. Oh, let your love be. Hallelujah. Something's going on. We don't work it out. If I hear me talking to me, that don't mean I ain't in worship. But we trying to get this sound straight. Travis, he's on mic 1.
Check.
If it's too loud out there, you can turn it down.
Check.
Okay, Keena, number 2. She may have to come up that little voice until she sings. How about you hollering at the kids at home? There we go. The purple, the effects button is the purple to your right. Bring that down some. 1, 2. Keep a little bit of it because the kids are hearing, but not too much. Number 3, Mike. Don't come in. Don't come in the mirror. Yeah, just check. Okay. Deacon number 4.
Check.
And I might be too loud out there. Number 5, bring me down. That's me. Yeah, they already said I'm too loud. I'm loud Hebrew. Pharaoh, let mine. No. All right, that sound better?
That sounds better.
Right. That's my check. All right. Sister Tamika, let's go to Maya. Yep. All right. So, next. Over here. All right. We want y'all to stand up now. We starting on new brand new stuff, and the words up here make it easy. So y'all can sing the words.
If you ain't moving on this one, what's wrong with you? Ain't nobody confused about the words no more.
Come on, give me that joy. Your love is so incredible. Your love is so amazing. Your love is so amazing. Your love is so incredible. Your love is so incredible. Never get enough of your love. 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 Never get enough. Never get enough of your love. So good, yeah. Hallelujah. My mind always goes to Hebrews in the Bible. When they was out there and they knew it was Shabbat, they didn't have to work. And they could just relax and rest. And they was fellowshipping. They were having fun. I believe they were having fun. I don't think nobody was sitting around and quiet. Oh, I want to go back out. No. We have fun in this. That's why I come with joy. That's why I come with this. That's why I come with that.
That's right.
You know, having fun with it. The chosen seed, we're blessed seed.
Hallelujah.
We'll say it again. Somebody can hear me. The chosen seed is a blessed seed. All praise to Yahweh. No goodness of our own. We got to do something.
Yeah.
We're going to do. We got to do something. I'm trying to figure out the topic, but we'll get through it. The song called All I Need Is You. All I need is you, yeah. And I mean, the praise team, we got into this song on past Thursday. And I felt it coming. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to be that tough Hebrew. I'm crying like it. But this had no drumsticks, so I'm playing with water bottle. one water bottle, and I mean the Most High since his Ruach began. Woo! But I tell you, he can bring it in on a Thursday for you. When you're low, when you're down, when you don't know how it's going to work out. Let me give you a little bit of that. Let me give you a little bit of me. Let me give you a little bit. Because all you say all you need is me. So since you're acknowledging all you need is me, here I am. Hope the song bless you.
Hallelujah.
Left my feet on the side of the road. Can you see? I won't let go. Fall to my knees as I lift my hands and pray.
Hallelujah.
Got every reason to be here again. From the love draws me in. All my eyes wanna see is a glimpse of you. All I need is you. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. One more thing and I'm not the same. So I cause my heart to sing. Blessed is the voice that will see our love again. He gave his life to save the earth. Blessed is God for me. I rest in the thought that you're watching over me. All I need is you. Oh, all I need is you, yeah. Is you, all I need. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. Come on. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. Oh, yeah. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. Put your voice and say, all I need is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need, come on, is you, is you. All I need is you, is you. All I need, all I need is you. All I need, all I need is you. Come on, lift your voice. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. Every day, every hour. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Come on, Larry. Come on, Larry. All I need is
Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Yahweh, the universe. Yahweh, everyone on earth. Yahweh, the universe. Yahweh, Yahweh. Come on, everybody. Yahweh, Yahweh, the universe, the universe. Yahweh, Yahweh, everyone on earth, everyone on earth. Yahweh, Yahweh, the universe, the universe. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. All I need is you. All I need is you. Woo! Yeah. Yes. All I need is you. Yeah. That's the whole song. All I need is you. When they come up against you on that job, all I need is you. All I need is you. Come on, come on. Just the room, take over. All I need is you. All I need is you. Every day, every hour, all I need is you. 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 Your rain, your rain. Your rain, your rain, your rain, your rain, Your rule reign. Somebody gonna find themselves singing this song by Thursday. All you need is him. All I need. Brandon, put a little effect in it from the purple. Bring it up. All I need is you. All I need is you. No music, lady. All I need is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Nobody else is you, yeah. All I need is you. Nobody else can touch me like you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. All I need, yeah. All I need is you, yeah. Oh, is you, yeah. All I need is you. Come on, brother. All I need is you, yeah. Is you, yeah. All I need is you. I'm trying to let it go, y'all. I'm trying to end it. Keep on living. All you need is help. Sometimes for the brothers, as a man myself, it gets rough. You ride in the car sometimes, wondering, not so much worrying, but not knowing. As a provider, you got the wife at home, you got the kids, and you got more bills and money, you got more stress on you, and sometimes you don't know who to call on. So I'm going to speak to my heart today. From one heart to another. And I've been through a lot. I lost everything. Sleeping in the car, still have a taken. Didn't know how I was going to make it, Barry. Didn't know how I was going to make it. But I had to depend on him. All I need is you, y'all. I can't make it on my own. And he came through. Yeah. You hold me. You hold me. Yeah. You hold me. Yeah. You hold me. All I need is you, yeah. All I need is you. One last time. All I need is you, yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This ruach is real. If you stand today, my ruach is real in your life. My ruach is real in your life. My ruach wants to reign you. My Ruach wants to dwell with you. My Ruach wants to live in you. Woo! All I do is God. Come on. This is the Shabbat. We can worship Him on the Shabbat. We gave you a Shabbat to worship Him on. Don't do this at your home. Don't do this. It ain't about what you've done. It's all about Him. It's all about Him. Hallelujah.
Go ahead and sit down, man. Y'all feeling it. I mean, I know y'all don't want to sit down.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Check. Y'all can hear it?
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
They're gonna be in the head.
If y'all hear B bust out in the middle of the lesson saying that.
Hey, all through the lesson.
You might get up and put that finger up.
Yeah, it's cool.
Shabbat Shalom, my people. Shabbat Shalom, Yah's people. Shabbat Shalom. How y'all feeling?
Increased in highly favored.
This joint is called The Pursuit of Happiness. Can I ask y'all a couple questions before we get into it? What makes you happy? Everything is a straightforward question, no tricks. Anybody? What makes you happy? Mozart? What somebody say? Family?
Playing video game? You need to check. Check. How we sound? Good. Go ahead. Go.
Yo, can money buy you happiness? Y'all sure? So you're saying that money cannot buy you happiness? Buy it. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are y'all sure? Okay.
What you say, everybody's happy?
Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
You happy with that?
What's the difference between happiness and joy? Real quick.
Real quick. Kids, pay attention. Children, pay attention. This is supposed to be the next fruit of the Ruach that we went over. But Quad was doing a whole lesson on it. So I need y'all to pay attention along with the adults. Y'all got me? Children? Hallelujah? Hallelujah? Okay.
So again, what's the difference between happiness and joy?
Joy is it's like internal. Happiness can just be on the surface.
Okay, so they are different.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Define what is success? When you complete something, that's success?
She got one.
Go ahead. Good answers.
Failure
Good
turns,
answers.
Huh?
failure turns inside out.
Failure
Failure
turn
turns
inside out.
I can go with that. What's the world's definition of success?
Money.
Money in the cars, cars.
Right?
I suppose.
So Trey Songz or somebody got the song. I just want to be successful, right? What do you mean by that? They want to be rich, right? So this is called the pursuit of happiness. Have you ever asked yourself, why am I chasing it? Why is happiness trying to get away from me? Right? Oh, there go happiness right there on the table. I was to get that cup and catch it. Oh, I got it. I'm about to get it. Oh. Why is happiness trying to get away from you? Why is it fleeing? What does pursuit mean? So once you get happiness, why does it try to get away from you? Why does it leave?
It's of the world superficial. Because you tied it to something.
John chapter 10 and 10. This is another component of pride.
John or Yehukanan, chapter 10 at verse 10. The thief cometh not before to steal and to kill and to destroy. I have come that they might have life, that they might have it more abundantly.
Have it what?
More abundantly.
What does he mean when he said they may have life more abundantly? What does he mean by that?
Things in life you can't purchase. Joy, love. The true definition of love.
Okay. True definition of life. So this starts in us when we are children. We get a new toy that we wanted, and we play with it for an hour, and it becomes old right away. We was just happy with it, right? Then we move up, and we may get a bike or something. But the person across the street got a Swin and you got a Huffy. Suddenly your Huffy ain't the same no more. Oh, I want this so ugly bike. You just wanted it. You just was happy before he got his. Then it may move up to a scooter or something, right? And the scooter make you happy for a little while, right? Just for a little while. And then they bring out something else. Then you may say, if I get this PX, Xbox 4 or 50 or whatever number they at now, I'm going to be the happiest. And they get it for you. Next week, the commercial says they got the new Wii U system. Right? suddenly my Xbox or PlayStation or whatever it is ain't that fun to me no more. Right? Y'all follow me? You get a new car. If I get this car, just like my ox said at the dealership, I get this new car, it's gonna be it. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop me. I'm gonna watch all the haters watching me at the light. Right? Ain't nothing gonna stop me. And next year they changed the lights on it and it said 2020. Right? All of a sudden, when I get my car, ain't nobody eating in here. Ain't nobody eating in here. 2 weeks later, McDonald's fries all up under the seat. Cupcake crumbs everywhere. I thought you said nobody ain't eating in this car. Wow, it wore off quick. If I get this job, it's gonna be it. I'm gonna get this job, and I'm telling you, ain't no stopping me. I'm gonna make this amount of money. I can pay all my bills and have money left over. Right? I'm gonna have money left over. I can do anything I want to do. You get the job. Super happy, right? Give me Luke chapter 3, verse 14. All I need is you, y'all. It's you, y'all.
4:3.
Luke 3:14. 3:14.
Luke goes chapter 3 and verse 14. And the soldiers likewise demanded of him, saying, And what shall we do? And he said unto them, Do violence to no man, neither accuse any falsely, and be content with your wages.
Be what?
Content with your wages.
He says, be content with your wages. Remember, you asked for this job and you said, if I get it and I make this amount of money, I'm going to be happy. And you got it. And you got the amount of money that you wanted and you are happy, right? Until you and your girl is sitting at the table and y'all trying to find out what FICA is taking. Right? And y'all hold y'all checks up to each other, y'all look at it and say, girl, FICA got me for this much and this button. And you look at that paper and you see your girl make $1 more than you. Wow. All of a sudden you ready to quit. Wasn't you just happy with the job? I know this personally. My man at the job, he been there for about 15 years, a little longer than me. Other guy been there less than me. They doing exactly what I just named. They looking at each other's check, and he found out that the young guy make more money than him. He had a fit, and he went right and quit. He was happy until he found out that the guy make more money than him. Give me Matthew chapter 20, verse 1.
Matthew chapter 20 and verse 1. But the kingdom of Shamayim is like unto a man that is a householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day.
How much?
A penny a day.
So he said he agreed with the laborer for what?
A penny a day.
That means he's in agreement, right? So if you ask me, Cole, can you pick me up to McDonald's while you coming? And I say, bet, I got you. And on the way, I decided to get some Ruth Chris. When I get to you, why would you be mad and say, man, you tripping, dude? Why you coming with some Ruth Chris? When you asked me for McDonald's. Keep that in mind.
Sound like my wife.
There you go.
My bad.
No, I'm not in that.
He told me to say that before we started. He was like, listen.
Thinking out loud.
Verse 3. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. He said unto them, get you also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give you. And they went their way. Again, he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and said unto them, why stand you here all day idle? They said unto him, because no man has hired us. He saith unto them, go you also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall you receive.
Go ahead.
So when evening was come, Yahuwah, the master of the vineyard, said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire.
Do what?
Give them their hire.
Call the laborers and give them their hire. So notice he hired some early in the morning, some a little bit later, some a little bit later. Right? Read.
Beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny.
Every man what?
A penny.
Every man got a penny. No matter if you came early in the morning or if you came late in the evening. Read.
But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more.
They should do what?
They should have received more.
What did they agree to?
A penny.
A penny. So their happiness is about to do what? Read.
And they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, these lads have wrought but 1 hour, and you made them equal to us, which have borne the burden of the heat of the day.
How can you be mad off something that you agreed to? How can you be mad? You agreed to this, but your happiness is content on is what somebody else is doing, right? That's not the way it's supposed to be. Just because I find out you make a quarter more than me, don't mean my happiness goes away. But we know right now, if it went to work tomorrow and they did it to you, you would be ready to quit. This ain't right, man.
But he answered one of them and said, friend, I do you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a penny?
Didn't you agree to this? You knew what you was getting before you did it. That's why you agreed to it. You was happy with it. This is why they tell you it's the pursuit of happiness. It's like a phantom. You can only grab it and have it for moments at a time, and it goes away just like that. Like they said, for a crack fiend that smokes his first time smoking, they say it's the best high that you could ever get. But once you get it, you can never get it back. So their whole life that they smoking, they trying to get this high back again. But you can't never get it back. Happiness is similar. You can only grab it and hold on to it for moments at a time before it slips away and you pursuing after it again. It's the never-ending rat race. Right? Never-ending rat race. What's the only way that you won't covet or envy what somebody else is doing or have? To be what? To be content. It's a hard thing to do because most people can't do it. Let's get 1 Timothy chapter 6. First Timothy chapter 6.
Jumped out at me. 6 1.
Pick it up at verse 7.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment.
Having what?
Food and raiment.
Having food and raiment. Having Ruth Chris and Versace.
Having food and raiment.
Having food and raiment. Read.
Let us be there with content.
Let us be what?
Let us be there with content.
Let us be there with content. This is the thing that most of us need to grasp, is we need to be content. And you need a house. Come on now. You don't want you living outside in the food and raiment, and of course a house. But it don't need to be in Bloomfield.
Right.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, that's good too. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 24.
Close enough.
Yep, chapter 2, verse 24.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 24. Everybody there? There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink.
That he should what?
That he should eat and drink.
That he should eat and drink. Just like Timothy is saying. Read.
And that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor.
Read that again.
And that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor.
So having food and raiment, you should be content. But like the ox say, if you get to Grosse Point, eventually you're going to want to go somewhere else. The happiness says, this ain't good enough. Dang. What's your name? Them moved on 12 Mile. I need to move on 13 Mile. They beating us, man. You got to move.
You gotta go a mile up.
Yep, exactly. Got to go a mile up. You get his little thing and move to 14 Mile. Got to at least get to 14 Mile, man, and we ain't doing nothing.
We ain't doing.
Proverbs 27:20.
You gotta be 13. That's so true.
Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 20. Hell and destruction are never full.
Read that again.
Hell or Sheol and destruction are never full.
It's never ever full. Read.
So the eyes of a man that are never satisfied.
Read that again.
Sheol and destruction are never full. So the eyes of a man are never satisfied.
He said the eyes of a man are never satisfied. So I don't care if you get to 90 Mile. You still gonna try to get further. It ain't never enough. The pursuit of happiness is never enough. Have y'all ever seen a rich man say, I got enough money?
Never.
What if he were to get all the money in the world? Then what?
He's gonna find another world.
Remember? Read the last part of that verse again. Was that verse 20?
Verse 20. Sheol and destruction are never full, so the eyes of a man are never satisfied.
It is never satisfied. No matter how much stuff you get, I need more. It's the disease of more. I gotta get more stuff. It ain't gonna never be enough. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and them should say, I got enough. But they don't. I'm so sad. I couldn't afford to buy Apple. What? I wanted to buy Metro PCS, but they said I have enough. No matter how much you get, it's always going to be more. This is what he's saying. The eyes of a man is never satisfied. Ecclesiastes 1:8.
Ecclesiastes 1, verse 8. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing.
He said the eye is not satisfied with seeing. It's something else, man. I got to make my eye hear. I got to make my ear see. This ain't even enough. He said the eye is not satisfied with seeing. What else is it supposed to do? This is what I made you for, but it's something else. My eye got to be able to do something else. I get it. I got to put Cardi's on it. I got it. Now, I put the Cardi's on my eyes. Now they better.
Yeah, the Cardi's a dude.
2020.
Puffs.
2020 now.
They gotta be buffs. There can't be no other ones.
Yeah.
Gotta be the buffs.
Must drive a bodybuilder. That don't make it better when I put these glasses on it. Nope. The eye is still for what it's for.
Now I gotta put 90 in it.
Chasing happiness will make you lose your joy. Because you're looking at somebody else's situation from the outside and you really don't know what's going on. It's the grass is greener syndrome. Oh, man, they got it so good over there. Grass is so green. But you didn't know that was AstroTurf that you was looking at. That's artificial turf over there that you're looking at. Come on. Take a picture with me eating this ice cream. Oh, that relationship is so beautiful.
Relationship goals.
Goals.
Relationship goals.
Shipwreck over there.
Soon as they finish taking the picture, move out of here.
About the little boy. You remember that commercial? The little boy with the legs?
Yeah. Exactly. The commercial, a little boy sitting on the bench and he got Jordans on, right? And the other little boy is out there running and jumping around, but he got on real raggedy shoes. But he just is happy, but he's looking at the boy sitting on the bench with the Jordans on. And he get envious of him, right? He looking at him like, man, I wish I had some Jordans. And then the lady pull up with the wheelchair and put the boy that's sitting on the bench in the wheelchair. But the whole time he was wishing that he had that situation going on.
I remember he switched. He wished that he would get the shoes, and he ended up being put in that position. He's sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? Now the other little boy is him running around, happy. And he get hauled off in the wheelchair. He's like, oh my, no, this ain't what I wanted. He wished that he was him. Not knowing what everything, you know what I'm saying?
But if you was content,
Hallelujah.
you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Adam and Eve was in paradise. They was in paradise. We don't have to work. We don't have to do nothing. We just keep it up. The Most High already planted everything. Already planted everything for you. You in the cool of the day. And you let somebody come and trick you out of it to make you think it's something better over there. No violent animals, no nothing, no GMO food, no nothing. Everything is perfect. And you let somebody trick you out of it because you thought that you can be something greater. Give me Genesis chapter 3.
Genesis of Bereshit, chapter 3,
Verse 3.
and verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim hath said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. The serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. Elohim do know that in the day that you eat thereof, your eyes shall be open, and you shall be as gods.
You shall be as what?
You shall be as gods.
You shall be as gods. But guess what? They already had access to what? Everything, the tree of life. As long as you eat from this, you want what? You got tricked out of something that you already got. Because you pursuing something else, this phantom that only lasts for a little while. Why do you think the stars sit on that couch in Hollywood? They're pursuing something. If I can get this record deal, if I get this role in this movie, I'm going to have it made. You sure that's what you want? You want to be in that movie? You want to be on the radio all day, right? I need you to sit on the couch. Sit on that couch. They're going to film you doing whatever it is that you do. And from that moment forward, you're supposed to be happy. Why all these stars be killing themselves? Why y'all think so many of them is miserable? You thought you was doing this and you thought this is gonna fulfill me. If I can but do this, if I can just get on stage and have these people scream my name, I'm gonna be happy. But eventually that's gonna wear off. And you're gonna have to go to the next level. Oh, you wanna be Jay-Z big, huh? I'm gonna need you to sit on the couch with these other men. And they do it. Matthew chapter 4.
These people kill themselves, and then we still try to be what they are.
Exactly.
Matthew 4
Verse 7.
and verse 7. You shall say unto him, it is written, you shall not tempt Yahuwah your Elohim. Again, the devil taketh him into an exceeding high mountain, and show him all the kingdoms of the world, and the esteem of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give you, if you will fall down and worship me.
All these what?
All these things will I give you, if you will fall down and worship me.
Everything that you need, all the stuff that you can get, if you fall down and worship me, it is yours. You will be in front and everybody will be chasing you. You will have more stuff than everybody else. Ain't that the goal with the happiness? I need to have more stuff than everybody else. I need more money. I need the best cars. I need the best jewelry. Everything I gotta be in the front. If you do this, what verse you at?
It's verse 10.
Read that verse 9 again.
And saith unto him, all these things will I give you, if you will fall down and worship me. Then saith Yahushua unto him, get you hence, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship Yahuwah your Elohim, and him only shall you serve.
So how many people y'all think went for this when he offered this to you? You think any of the people that we quote unquote look up to did it? Matthew 16:26.
Matthew, or Petit Yahoo, chapter 16 and verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
If he shall gain what?
The whole world and lose his own soul.
What profit is that? I got all of this stuff, but my soul about to go to the lake. Or how much is your soul worth? I'll give you $1 million for your soul. Is that worth it? Or do you stop and think for a minute? Man, I can just fake like I'm doing it and get the $1 million, move to Bloomfield, get a Benz and everything. You think the thought will go past some people's mind?
I'm going to just do the right thing with it.
I'm gonna do charity with it.
I'm gonna buy Chosen Seed a new building. Right. Yeah. Give me that million.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm
woke.
Read that again.
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
A lot of people need to ask themselves this. What does it profit me to gain all of this stuff but go to the lake of fire? It's a lot of people going. We got a whole bunch of people in debt right now because they chasing this phantom. You know that you don't have the money to buy this 90-inch TV. But you saw them people across the street get one.
They keep the blinds open so you can see it when you walk past. Got to get it.
Get it today, I pay for it.
Finance it. So when you finish finally paying for that $700 TV, you paid $5,000 for it. I can get it from Rent-A-Center. Chasing a phantom, and you only gonna be happy with it for a little while.
So you see them get a projector screen.
Exactly.
20 inches.
See that? I was just hanging up on gold straps. again, no matter how much stuff you get, it ain't gonna never be enough.
That's right.
It will never be enough unless you are content with what you got.
There you go.
As boys growing up, whether directly or indirectly, what was we taught?
That's a couple things.
Don't cry is one of them.
Work.
Word,
Get as many women as you want.
it was taught to be with as many women as you can. Right?
Yeah.
Don't settle down, boy. That's punk stuff. You
Love.
better get out there and get as many of them as you can. Is this the truth or not?
Facts. Facts.
So much that even when we got in the truth, when we got in this truth, the scripture that was pushed at us the hardest was what?
Isaiah chapter 4.
Isaiah chapter 4:1. 7 women shall take over the one man. Oh, I'm gonna give you Issachar. You like one?
Get to the Benjamin.
Yeah, man, them Issachar sisters. Woo! I'm light skinned with that hair. Hope I ain't messing with nobody. I ain't messing with nobody. Telling the truth. All right? This is what we was taught. Get as many as you can get. Settle down when you're 70. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 11.
Stepping on.
First Kings chapter 11, verse 1.
1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. Y'all say so be it. Y'all got it. My bad.
So be it.
We good? All right. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
He did what?
Loved many strange women.
King Solomon loved what?
Many strange women.
Read on.
Together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites.
And the what?
And Hittites.
This is the nations that we was commanded not to mess with. Mm-hmm. So let me try to get into Solomon's thought process. I got all the Israelite women. Maybe a Brazilian one. Maybe that'll do it for me. Oh man, I like them Jamaicans. I ain't never had one of them. They don't do it for me no more. Maybe Ethiopian. Yeah, I bet that'll satisfy me.
Yeah, right.
Man, they played out. They ain't like them. And I heard them one down in Tobago. Woo. So after Solomon then got 1,000. After 1,000, he still wasn't what?
Satisfied.
It still wasn't enough. He done went through 1,000 of them and he still ain't satisfied. Imagine that.
Probably took him a minute to get to the Hittite. He was like, oh, I wonder why it's so forbidden.
Right.
Dang, that ain't do it.
I mean, I already done made houses for their gods. Might as well just go and do it.
Right.
Even after 1,000, it don't satisfy him. 1 Kings chapter 10. Pick it up at verse 8.
1 Kings chapter 10 and verse 8. Happy are your men, happy are these your servants, which stand continually before you, that hear your wisdom. Increased be Yahuwah Elohim, which delighted in you, to set you on the throne of Israel.
To do what?
To set you on the throne of Israel.
To set you on the throne. That great spot. He said to set you on the throne of Israel. So if you were a king, could you still be jealous of a subject? But you got it all. Right? Saul is the king. And David is a shepherd boy. Because these people scream, oh, Saul has killed his 1,000 and David his 10,000. You unhappy, you can't take it. I can't, you get more props than me. Even though you the king, you still ain't happy because you is still content on what somebody else is doing.
I put him on. So he don't get no spot on me. Him my 10,000 too.
Really, I got 11.
He can't take it. Even though you in a much greater spot, but your happiness is still based on what somebody else is doing. I couldn't, back before I knew all of this stuff, I couldn't understand this. This one dude, he had a vet, he had all of Versace, everything that you can have, the frames, the whole nine. But he was jealous of me. I couldn't get it. What is it? Why is this dude always trying to tell other people to look down on me like, dude, I ain't even done nothing to you.
That's right.
But now I get it. He was chasing this happiness, this false happiness, and he thought the only way he can get it is to tear me down. But you still ain't happy. Because you still you. Pick it up where you left off at.
Verse 9. 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 9. Increased be Yahuwah your Elohim, which delighted in you, to set you on the throne of Israel. Because Yahuwah loved Israel forever. Therefore, made he you king to do judgment and justice. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices very great store, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of spices as these, which the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. And the navy also of Haran, that brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir great plenty of almug trees and precious stones. And the king made the almug trees pillars for the house of Yahuwah, and for the king's house harps, also and psalteries for singers. There came no such almug trees, nor were seen unto this day. And King Solomon gave unto the queen of Sheba all her desire, whatsoever she asked, beside that which Solomon gave her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants.
Go ahead.
Now the weight of the gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold.
How much gold was that?
666 talents of gold.
Wow. That number is in the scripture somewhere else, right? So what was the commandment to kings directly?
Not to multiply horses.
Hold what you got. Let's get Deuteronomy 17. Pick it up at verse 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 at verse 16. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as Yahuwah hath said unto you, you shall henceforth return no more that way. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself.
He shall not
Multiply wives to himself.
He got 700. 300 concubines. Read.
That his heart turned not away.
That is what?
That his heart turned not away.
So the king was directly commanded not to do this. Don't multiply horses to yourselves. You can see he did it with the Navy, because if you get this great military might, you'll think that you win the war when it's actually Yah. Don't multiply to yourselves wives. They're going to do what? Turn your heart away. This is exactly what happened to him. The Most High already gave him great wealth. When he first did when he first prayed for what he wanted, he already gave it to him. It wasn't enough.
So it's not just about the Hittite, it was about him multiplying the women too.
Absolutely.
Both would cause him to turn away.
Read verse 17 again.
Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
Silver and gold. So as we read it, we're going to see he got gold faucets, gold chairs, all types of stuff. Where y'all think they got MTV cribs from?
Solomon.
It ain't just come out the blue.
And then Hezekiah. Hezekiah was on there too.
Exactly. Let's go back to that Kings. What verse you what?
And verse 10.
I think you
Actually,
passed that.
I'm tripping. I'm down at verse 4. I'll read verse 14 again. Now the weight of the gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold. Beside that, he had of the merchantmen, and of the traffic of the spice merchants, and of all the kings of Arabia, and the governors of the country. And King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold. 600 shekels of gold went to one target. And he made 300 shields of beaten gold.
All for the army, which he wasn't supposed to do. Read.
3 pounds of gold went to one shield. And the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold.
What kind of gold?
The best gold.
10 karat gold.
The best gold.
14 karat.
The best gold.
Wow. The best gold from Ophir. That Arabic gold. Not that stuff at the mall. Not the 10 karat fake stuff. The best gold. Read.
The throne had 6 steps, and the top of the throne was round behind. And there was stays on either side of the place of the seat, and 2 lions stood beside the stays. And 12 lions stood there on the one side and on the other upon the 6 steps. There was not the like made in any kingdom.
Ain't nobody got no throne like mine.
2025 throne.
Ain't nobody else got this. Which would make the other kings feel what?
Jealous.
Covetous, right? If I can't make it, I'm gonna have to do what? Take it. So we be setting our own selves up, trying to brag with stuff, because it's automatically making somebody covet, making them want it, because they ain't content with themselves.
Yeah.
Read on.
And all King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold. And all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold.
All his cups is gold. He don't got them red cups in the house. Them cups, them glasses that's in your mama china cabinet that nobody can drink out of. His is better than that. They was better than that.
And
This is the casual joint. Give me some sleep. I need some Perry's wine. Get the other glasses. I need Jubilee. Everything to the extreme, overboard, and guess what? Still wasn't enough. Still wasn't enough. He got the most stuff. He done been with the most women, and it's still, he got a void within him. He's still trying to chase it. Happiness is still getting away from him. It's still escaping him towards a Zion. What's up, brother? What verse you at, Doc?
I'm still in verse 21.
Yeah.
And all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None of it was silver.
Silver ain't good enough for my vessels. It's too cheap.
Silver played out.
It's too cheap.
Right.
Now, if they can get platinum and look like it.
Oh, man. That's solid. Oh.
Again, they have told us the American dream, not realizing that you got to be asleep to be dreaming. You're chasing a phantom, something that you can only get for a little while. And you're going to have to go and chase something else to keep the feeling. As soon as I get this little goal accomplished, I need to do something else. Something else to give me this feeling back again. Steph Curry is the second biggest basketball player on the face of the earth. His wife said, I know, but I just need attention from the guys in my DM. He is. LeBron did. But she got everything that all the other women think she is so blessed with, but it still ain't good enough. I'm gonna do something today. I'm gonna wear a tight dress past the construction site.
Right when
I
she's
just-
on the wind about to blow.
I just want to hear him whistle at me. I'm not gonna respond. I just want to feel it. I just want to feel wanted. Y'all know it's true.
Not knowing that when you look upon a married woman and lust after that, you do what? Commit adultery. She just invited a whole bunch of men to commit adultery.
Exactly. I'm not gonna do anything. I just want to feel. Wow, you got everything that all these other women are envious of you for, but it ain't enough. She still got a void within herself. Read that verse, Last verse again.
For the king, this is verse 22. What you want me to?
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Haran. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory and apes and peacocks.
I gotta have this. Dogs and cats are not good enough for me. I gotta have apes and peacocks. But oh, he has a King Corsair. What's the dog called?
King Corsair.
That's nothing to mine. I have pet lions. Come, Sheba. It still ain't enough. Still ain't enough. Read on.
So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom.
So he got it all. He got the riches and the wisdom. But it still ain't enough. Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Pick it up at verse 1.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, at verse 1. I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove you with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity.
So the Most High let Solomon do all these things against his law to write a book about it to show us to not get caught up in the rat race. To show you that no matter how much stuff you get, you still gonna be chasing it. No matter, you ain't gonna never be satisfied. Solomon went through all of this stuff to write this book to show us this. And we still all caught up in it. Read.
I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth? I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine.
I'm gonna get all the Patron and the Hennessy I can get. Let's see if this gonna do it for me. Read.
Yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the Shamaim all the days of their life. I made me great works. I builded me houses. I planted me vineyards. I made me gardens and orchards. I planted trees of all kind of fruit. I made me pools, indoor pools, outdoor pools. I don't know what to say. And so I made me pools of water to water therewith, the wood that bring forth trees.
So soon as you get the Olympic sized pool, they tell you that the other basketball player got a double one. Suddenly yours ain't nothing no more. It ain't gonna never stop. Read.
I got me servants and maidens, and had servants born in my house. Also I had great possessions of great and small cattle, above all that were in Jerusalem before me.
I got more than my daddy had. I'm better than David. My kingdom is bigger than his. Read.
I gathered me also silver and gold, the peculiar treasure of kings and of provinces. I got me men singers.
I got men singers. And what else?
Women singers.
He had Beyonce and them in there singing. In there singing up a storm. Wasn't enough. Go ahead.
And the delight of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem.
He said I was what?
I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. And whatsoever my eye desire, whatsoever my eye desire,
He told you that the eyes of man is what?
never satisfied.
Never satisfied. No matter how beautiful this is, something is going to come along and be more beautiful. Read.
Whatsoever my eyes desired, I kept not from it. I withheld not my heart from any joy.
Any what?
Any joy.
So right here it says joy, but a better word for this is pleasure. We're going to find out what joy really is. Read.
For my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, it was all vanity.
It was all what?
It was all vanity.
What does vanity mean?
Emptiness. Nothing.
It's nothingness. This is why you're constantly chasing it, because it ain't really nothing. It's really just dirt. The gold come out of what? The dirt. The car, the metal that is made from come from what?
The dirt.
The dirt. The woman that you will risk your soul for comes from the dirt. The sweetest, coldest garment that whoever made it came from what?
The dirt.
It's nothing. This is what Solomon is telling us. This stuff ain't nothing. But we still chasing it. You're chasing something that's absolutely nothing. And I'm just going to be happy with it for a couple of hours. And it's going to go away. And the pursuit continues. Read.
Behold, all was vanity and vexation of Ruah. There was no profit under the sun. I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can a man do that come after the king? Even that which hath been already done. Then I saw the wisdom excel folly, as far as light excel darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walk in darkness. And myself perceived also that one event happened to him all.
So he said the wise man's eyes are in his head. Solomon was the wisest man ever, but made a fool chasing happiness. Couldn't find it with 1,000 women. Couldn't find it with all the solid gold vessels, all the chariots made out of this. He still couldn't find it. He still wasn't happy. Well, he was happy, still had no joy. Jump down to verse 23.
Verse 23. For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yeah, his heart take not rest in the night. This is also vanity.
This is also what?
Vanity.
So you working for nothing to get these things to impress people that don't care nothing about you. And all of this stuff, and you still ain't satisfied. You can't even rest at night because you're thinking about how I'm going to get the next dollar to buy me nothing, to buy me a pile of dirt. You got that new car, you thought it was it, till they brought out the new version. It all went away. It all goes away because it ain't nothing. Read.
For what hath man of all his labor, and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun? For all his days are sorrow, and his travail grief. Yet his heart take not rest in the night. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw, that it was from the hand of Elohim. For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I? For Elohim give to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy.
And what?
And joy.
And joy. Not happiness, but
joy.
Joy. It's a difference. Read.
But the sinner, he get travail to gather and to heap up.
To do what?
To gather and to heap up.
To gather and to heap up. Get as much stuff as I can get. I need as much stuff as I can get. He said, to the sinner, he giveth travail to gather and to heap up. That's the pursuit of happiness, to get as much stuff as I can get. But no matter how much you get, it still ain't enough. Read.
That he may give to him that is good before Elohim. This also is vanity and vexation of Ruach.
This is what?
Vanity and vexation of Ruach.
Vanity and vexation of Ruach. Right at the home stretch. Genesis chapter 29.
Genesis 29.
Genesis chapter 29. So we know the story of Jacob, right? We know that he did some foul stuff to his brother. He lied to his father to get the birthright, right? The birthright come with what?
Stuff.
Come with a lot of what?
Stuff.
Come with a lot of stuff. I'm going to get a lot of stuff from this. So he did some foul stuff to obtain it, to get it. So he's trying to fulfill himself with the stuff. Genesis 29, verse 15.
Genesis of Bereshit, chapter 29, at verse 15. And Laban said unto Jacob, because you are my brother, should you therefore serve me for nothing? Tell me, what shall your wages be? And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel.
Read.
Leah was tender-eyed.
Leah was what?
Was tender-eyed.
Leah was tender-eyed. Now, I believe that this meant that she was cross-eyed. But it's showing you a contrast between Leah and Rachel. Read.
But Rachel, she was beautiful and well-favored.
So notice, he gives Leah the tender-eyed and this, that, and the third, but then he says, but Rachel was beautiful. So it's, without saying it, what is it trying to say about Leah?
She had the one.
Yeah. Read on.
And Jacob loved Rachel.
He did what?
Loved Rachel.
He loved Rachel. When I get Rachel, whoo, I'm going to be fulfilled. I'm going to be made it now. Right? Remember, you get the stuff, you're super happy with it, and then a little while later, it's nothing. Read.
And said, I will serve you 7 years for Rachel, your younger daughter.
He want her so bad, he don't even negotiate. The thing for wives, I think, was like 20 shekels. He say, I'm going to serve you 7 years for her. You know he believed that when I get her, she's going to fulfill me. Right? Read.
And the man said, it is better that I give her to you than that I should give her to another man.
He never really agreed to it.
Exactly.
He's kind of vague. It was better I give her to you than some other. Not just saying that, yeah, I'm going to give you. Don't do it. You're being sneaky. He already see that you super amped on getting his daughter and you willing to do anything to get her. Read.
Abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel. And they seemed unto him but a few days.
He was so in love. That was a couple of days. Whew, I'm about to get my wife. Read.
For the love he had for her, to her. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her.
I've been waiting for 7 years. It's time.
Boy said that with a soul of mine to her pops. Could not imagine.
Hey, I've been sweating in that field for 7 years. It's time. Let's get it.
You got that room ready?
Read.
Oh man, verse 22. And the band gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast.
Made a what?
A feast.
Made a feast. What we do at feast?
Eat and drink.
Eat and drink.
Jubilee.
Oh, they must have had a whole bunch of rejoicing jubilees. Wow, at this joint.
And that James Monroe. Liqueur, James Monroe.
Read on.
Verse 23. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter.
He took who?
Leah his daughter.
Rachel.
Leah his daughter.
Oh my goodness. He took Leah, the tender-eyed one. Another reason why I believe that she wasn't a quote-unquote looker, he had to get this daughter off by tricking somebody to take her. Terrible. Awful. Yep, got it drunk, sucking him in. Read on.
And brought her to him. And he went in unto her.
Oh my goodness. Not that one. Read.
And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah.
It was what?
It was Leah.
Behold, it was Leah. This is the stuff. This is the stuff. How bad you wanted this stuff.
Right.
After a little while, it's gonna always be Leah. It's gonna always be Leah. That's Rachel. That's Rachel. That's Rachel. That's Rachel. After a little while, it's always gonna be Leah.
That's a good word.
Afterwards.
That's a good word.
Read on.
And it came to pass in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this you done to me? Did I not serve with you for Rachel? Wherefore then have you beguiled me?
Have you did what?
Beguiled me.
Read.
And Laban said, it must not be done so in our country to give the younger before the firstborn.
To give the what?
To give the younger before the firstborn.
Same thing he did with his brother. You jumped in front of him.
You know how this goes.
Read.
Now fulfill her week, and we will give you this also for the service which you shall serve with me yet 7 other years.
I know you'll do it. You already showed me that you would.
And he agreed to it.
Exactly. Read on.
And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week. And he gave him Rachel, his daughter, the wife also. And Laban gave to Rachel, his daughter, Bilhah, his handmaid, to be her maid. And he went in also unto Rachel. And he loved also Rachel more than Leah.
He did what?
Loved also Rachel more than Leah.
Loved Rachel more than Leah. So remember, Isaac loved Esau more than he loved Jacob.
Yes.
So we got this feeling of rejection in his life. He think the stuff gonna fulfill it. It don't. He get Rachel. He think this is gonna fulfill it. It don't.
And served with him yet 7 other years. And when Yahuwah saw that Leah was hated,
He saw what?
that Leah was hated,
Read.
he opened her womb, for Rachel was barren.
So it says, and when he saw that she was hated, what is the Most High coming back as? Something else. Coming back as the bridegroom. So right here, her husband ain't doing her right. So y'all is showing her, I'm your husband. I'm the one that will never let you down. I'm the one. Right? Read on.
And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben, for she said, surely Yahuwah hath looked upon my affliction.
Read on.
Now therefore my husband will love me.
Now what?
Now therefore my husband will love me.
So Leah's whole thing is, I just want my husband to love me. That's the void in her. If my husband loved me, everything is all right in the universe. Read.
And she conceived again, and bare a son, and said, because Yahuwah have heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. And she conceived again, and bare a son, and said, now, this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi.
So she got the third son, and everything she's still saying is still towards her husband, right? This time, he gonna love me. If I can just have this baby for him, he gonna love me. This is the thing that women be doing. To this, if I can just get that rich guy, have his baby, he gonna love me. No, he's not. No, he's not. Read on.
And she conceived again, and bare a son. And she said, now will I praise Yahuwah.
Now will I do what?
Now will I praise Yahuwah.
See the whole narrative switch. She just got it. She's content now. She knows it's all about Yah. Now, because that's what Judah means. Read.
Therefore she called his name Yehudah, and left bearing.
And left what?
Barry.
Left
Bearing.
bearing. Now she don't want no more kids. It's a wrap. Because I know that Yah is this. What is Yah portrayed to us in scripture as? A healer, a lawyer, a judge, the father, the creator, the brother, friend, husband, savior, deliverer. All these things is showing you that Yah is what?
Everything.
Everything. Unless you got him, the rest of the stuff don't matter. This is where your joy comes from. So when he says, seek ye first the kingdom of Shamayim and what?
His righteousness. All these things shall be added unto you.
All these things gonna be added on to you. So no matter, you can look and you can get the new Jordans and the new this and the new car and the new this, it ain't gonna satisfy you because you don't got Yah. That's your joy.
Hallelujah.
When they were singing them songs up here earlier, that was joy. It don't go away. That was joy. It's a difference.
All I need is you.
If you read Philippians, you'll see that Paul was in prison and he was still talking about joy. Happiness comes and goes away. Joy comes from within. When your children scream for you when you come home, that is joy. That can't be bought. See what I'm saying?
Hallelujah.
It's a difference. And with that, we say shalom.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Questions, comments, concerns. You loved it. You hated it. Teach that one again next week. All right.
What's it be? Oh, no.
Man, that was a G check. A G check. Stuff don't do nothing for you. Grab Psalms 72. Right quick. Okay. Quick. Hold on, 73.
Psalm 73.
Psalm 73 and 1. He was talking earlier about we see all this stuff everybody else got, we chase after it, even though we know that it ain't fulfilling, right? We don't live long enough to know once you get that thing, it ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Especially not looking at what somebody else got. But go ahead.
Psalms chapter 73, verse 1. A psalm of Asaph. Truly Elohim is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart.
So when he said that he gives joy to them that are of a good heart, right? This is what he's talking about. That joy. You don't need for nothing else, right? What did he say? Wanting nothing, but it's complete, right? He said he good to those that are of a clean heart. Go ahead.
But as for me,
What happened?
my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped.
Why?
For I was envious at the foolish
When I saw what?
when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
That man said, I saw the prosperity of the wicked and I was almost gone because of it. Right? He said it off the rip. I know that the Most High do good to Israel and people that are of a clean heart, but as for me, I almost fell because of it. Because I was looking at their prosperity. I was chasing something. He didn't have that joy in itself. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
They are what?
They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
So they ain't got the same troubles as I got. They got it all. They good. So I want what they got. And that's what we think. We'll look at these celebrities and be like, oh man, they ain't gotta worry about the rent due. They ain't gotta worry about this and that bill and that. You don't know what they going through. Like my aunt said, they had to sit on that couch. Y'all know what's going on that couch. They gotta live with that for the rest of their days.
Yeah, this is why I gotta stay high. Percocet, all of this stuff to mask it. I'm not happy, even though it looked like it on the surface.
Exactly.
But I gotta do this stuff to keep from killing myself.
Yeah. Like you said, this is an extension of what lesson?
Pride.
Read the next verse. Verse 6.
Verse 6. Therefore, pride compasseth them about.
Do what?
Compasseth them about.
Pride covering them. Read.
Them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness.
Their eyes do what?
Stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish.
They got more than the heart could wish. But what happens? They still not content. They still ain't satisfied. Kanye West got all the money in the world. They won't accept me. They won't let me get my clothing line off. I would never be as big as me. I would never be as big as... You got support of a whole bunch of people. You don't need to be as big as this or as big as that. Be content. Read.
They are corrupt.
They are what?
They are corrupt.
And do what?
And speak wickedly concerning oppression.
They ask for slavery. They this and that. Y'all see how that man was talking, right? Read.
They speak loftily.
They speak what?
Loftily or proudly.
Proudly. This is how these people... You don't want to be in this position because of the stuff. And that's what stuff tends to do to people. It put them on a position where they thinking that they higher than other people. You know what I'm saying? Read.
They set their mouths against the Shamayim, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and water of a full cup are wrung out to them.
All right, that's good. That's good. Y'all finish reading that chapter in your own time. But yeah, y'all good. Question? Questions on the chat?
Let me see what's on the chat.
Who they had that outfit that you thought, I'm gonna kill him with this? Who had that, right? Where is it at now? Oh no, she got the same dress as me. I can't even wear this no more.
Hold on, man.
What?
We might have to read back into this a little bit. Pick it up at verse 11.
Verse 11. And they say, how do Elohim know? And is there knowledge in the Most High?
Uh-huh.
Behold, these are the ungodly
Who do what?
who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocency.
Go ahead.
For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I shall offend against this generation of the children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me.
Go ahead.
Until I went into the sanctuary of Elohim.
Until I went to the Most High, and then what?
Then understood I therein.
Then I understood therein. So right now, we understand no matter how much stuff they got, what's going to happen to them if they ain't right. They ain't going to make it. So if the stuff is puffing them up to do these things and say these things against the Most High, why would we want it?
Personally, I was teaching my kids, the intent behind some of the merchandise and everything that's, being sold and in the store. It's important to support, our people with, with clothing that doesn't validate, someone else's work, and it's found in schools, it's so taught in school and TV and everything. This is what you need to be on that level with someone else.
Successful,
exactly. So I was telling them that's part of that seed of jealousy and envy and all that. They're trying to set a seed in you. You know what I mean? For you to think that you're not better than this young lady, or think that, when you're looking at your husband, you judging what he got on. Oh yeah, he might be able to do more from me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, I was just trying to show them a difference between, like how you look at it, the intent behind things of the world.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The question was, try to get them to understand what my oldest said is how can you determine, that you say, okay, I just want this because it looks nice. And I said, well, if it didn't have nothing on it, not a word on it, just a regular garment, without anything on it, would you desire it? She couldn't explain it, so I'm just trying to. But she said, well, it still looks nice, you know what I mean? So I like this is my 18-year-old. So I like it, I want it, you know what I mean? So I mean, it's like I don't even know, man. I don't know how to even segue her into. You know what I'm saying? Letting her know that this is jealousy. You know what I'm saying? You are happy with just, you know what I'm saying? What do you need? You need some more attention, step, third one, whatever that is. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So are you really just trying to say you want to look nice? Or you want to look nice as somebody else, or that's still jealousy.
Exactly. Because it's still gonna fulfill you. You gotta let them know that the stuff don't make you. You know what I'm saying? This is the problem. Most people believe that the stuff makes you. So without the stuff, I go back to a bum. I'm nothing now. Go ahead, Elder.
Hold on, anybody grab it? Hold on, one sec.
For the people that's listening on the internet to hear the question. I want you all to forgive me for the thing I like you all on the internet.
Oh, you fine.
I've never been here before. My sister.
Praise God.
I wanted to say that a lot of things in America we look at as far as riches and things we envy people. And that's a terrible thing because we don't even know what to look for as
Right.
Just like as I was thinking about when I was out in Utica, Michigan, that farmer, the guy came in, but he looked pretty ragged, mud on his shoes, dirty coveralls. He looked real nasty. And the average person, if he looked at the outward appearance, he would think, this is just a poor bum coming to this bank with all these rich folks. And see, just like the scriptures, back when God was making a covenant with people, your richness is your children.
Absolutely.
Your richness is your land. Because we're supposed to be the people that take care of the earth. And just like the people that would have seen that farmer in Utica, they would have thought, oh, this guy don't have it going on. And the bank had to pay him rent because the whole city of Utica is on his land. So sometimes what you see
still out there
outward appearance is not necessarily so.
Absolutely. Praise God.
Another thing I want to say, now be done. I'm not going to take up too much time. This is what makes you rich.
Hallelujah.
The more of it you have in here and in here, the more riches you have. There were times that might be out of place, but you mothers and you fathers, I'm probably older than a lot of you. Most of them.
Two or three people.
At least 2 or 3 of you. But I remember when I was young and went to church, see, we looked at things differently. Black folks were coming through a time where we didn't have as much. And the ones that did have a lot, one thing they had is the ultimate respect. They had respect for the parents. They had respect for the Most High. And there's no way that I could have sat up in church when I was a child with my mom and dad on the other side and play with a PlayStation, got a little thing in my ear. God's word is what you come here for.
Hallelujah.
God's word is what should matter in your life. Hallelujah. You may walk outside that door and may never hear another word again ever.
Praise God.
So you better take the riches as they come.
Hallelujah.
Because the riches is right here.
Praise God.
And you mothers that's letting your kids play with these phones while they're in service, make them put them down.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm new in the house, but I'm going to tell you like it is that I come a long way. I got hit on my motorcycle right here on the street by a car running a red light at 70 miles an hour, flying through the air, landed on a car going the other way. And I know when it comes time that you can't call on nobody, and I found out that y'all had a sense of humor. Because he told me I'm spinning around in the air like a frisbee. And he said, don't you think it's time you call on me? It's time to put this PlayStation down. And since you didn't get the hint, young man, you need to take this thing out of your ear and quit playing with that game and listen to what's going on. Maybe somebody else can explain it to you later on. And take this thing seriously. Because we're not living in happy times. We living in some of the last days, whether you all know it or not. All the signs are here. It's time to get real.
Praise God.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I am mellow and I approve of that message.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So, my joy is these scriptures, right? It don't never get old. It don't never get old. That's why it says it's the living word. No matter how many times we read a story, we can go back to it again and something new in it. It don't go away. That's joy. Exactly. That is joy. I got joy that he let me understand pride. Because I thought I was a humble guy before the lesson. I got joy that he let me understand the disease of fame. Joy that he let us understand this whole pursuit of happiness thing so we can get out the rat race. Again, knowing that to Israel is nothing. It don't profit nothing. Like my man just said, get in this book, read it, start understanding it, and you will start being content with what you got.
One question is, will Adam and Eve's curse be reversed?
Yes, Mashiach came to reverse it. Get that joint.
Will Adam and Eve's curse be reversed?
Romans 5 and 12.
Let's go there.
Romans chapter 5 and verse 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world,
Adam, by one man, sin entered into the world. Read.
and death by sin. And so death passed upon all men, for all have sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses.
From who?
From Adam to Moses,
They all died. Read.
even over them that had not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come. But not as the offense, so also is the free gift. For through the offense of one many be dead, much more the grace of Elohim, and the gift by grace, which by one man, Yeshua HaMashiach, have abounded unto many. And not as it was by one that sinned, so was the gift. For the judgment was by one to condemnation, but the free gift is of many offenses unto justification.
So one man came into the world and brought sin to all men. The next one, which is the second Adam, came and died to take the sin away from all men who accepted.
Let me get verse 17.
Go ahead.
For by one man's offense death reigned by one, much more they which receive abundance of grace and of the gift of righteousness shall reign in life by one, Yeshua HaMashiach.
So again, yes, he definitely will reverse that.
Next question is, Deuteronomy 17 and 17 warns about dysfunction behind multiple wives. Why do Hebrews still think it's right?
Deuteronomy 17:17. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself.
Who is this talking about?
Verse 15.
Repeat the question.
Repeat the question.
The question is, when you look at Deuteronomy 17:17, why do people not see the dysfunction of having multiple wives? All right. So, in context, when you look at Deuteronomy 17:17, it says, neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away, neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. Verse 15, you shall in any wise set him king over you.
So it's talking about who?
The king.
It's talking about the king. So this scripture is not to everybody in general. It's strictly talking about the king.
One from among your brethren you shall set king over you, that you may not set a stranger over you, which is not your brother. But he shall not multiply horses to himself. On down to verse 17. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away.
So again, we read these scriptures earlier. This is what Solomon broke. all three of these. He wasn't supposed to multiply horses. He wasn't supposed to get this fancy navy. He wasn't supposed to multiply silver and gold or all them women. And he broke all three of them. So this is directly to a king. Read the next verse.
Verse 18. And it shall be when he sit upon the throne of his kingdom, he shall write him a copy of the law in a book.
So if this was for everybody, then we all need to be writing a copy of the law, which would actually be a good thing. If you actually sat down and wrote it, this would mean that you would actually be writing it and reading it and actually coming through it to see what it's actually talking about.
A lot of people talk about the dysfunction and having more than one wife, but it's another side to that. You know what I'm saying? That people don't talk about the where it functions properly. You know what I'm saying? So you look at baby mamas and all that in the neighborhoods, and some of these Israelites that don't got a grasp on what it means to be a husband or a wife to one. You know what I'm saying? And now you get the dysfunction. This ain't talking about that.
That's it.
Anything else in here? Going once, twice. So,
all right, let's eat. No, just kidding. We're about to pray out.
Okay.
We got announcements.
Announcements. Here you go, Pastor.
Oh.
All right, so number one on the list.
You gotta get in this time.
We have the skating fundraiser tomorrow. So Sister Alicia, raise your hand.
Mike.
Sister Alicia, raise your hand.
Mike.
Sister Alicia, if you got tickets from her or you want tickets, she has them.
Oh.
Yeah, if she has them, or if you got tickets from her, she has them. So if you got tickets from her and haven't turned in the money, we want to make sure that we turn the money back into Sister Alicia. And if you need tickets, you can get her, and then you can also get tickets at the door tomorrow. What time do it start? 4:30 to 6:30 tomorrow at Northland Skating Ring.
Come out and get your
Come out.
joy on.
And let's have a good old time. It's a raffle. It's a raffle, right? Raffle going on.
Yes.
And everybody, we just have a good time. So everybody come on. Plus, it's for a good cause because we're raising money. So come on out. Other thing is donation. If you want to make a donation and you're watching the live stream, you can make a donation at PayPal, chosen.seed1@gmail.com. Also, the gathering coming this summer, August the 16th through the 18th, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the gathering, it's called Hebrew Town Detroit Gathering 2019 on Eventbrite. You'll be able to purchase or a ticket or registration starting Monday. Registration for adults, basically people 13 and over, is $25. If you have items to sell and you want a vendor table, I believe that's $30 or $35, and then there will be just $30, and then there will be t-shirts. He don't have it. He doesn't have it. Saying check your phone. You don't have it. There will be
Oh yeah, I don't got it.
yeah, there will be t-shirts available like how we do every year, like a big old family reunion. So we already decided on the colors, which is royal blue and gold, right?
Yep.
Royal blue and gold.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah, similar to what we see on the banner back there, royal blue and gold. So we're gonna have. You don't have it.
We gonna touch on what she
Yeah. So we're gonna have those available. So if you want to purchase those, pre-order, you can order those through the Eventbrite page as well. Just put in the notes like what size you need or sizes you need. So all of that stuff is gonna be available starting on Monday. Also, this is the Feast of Weeks is coming June the 9th. And so we are trying to make it as easy as possible, but we want to keep the Feast of Weeks with the brothers with Israel Now. So we're going to keep the Feast of Weeks in Cincinnati, June 9th, but it's just a one-day thing. So we're trying to go there that day and come back that night, I guess. So it's not to make it too expensive to have a room or any of that stuff, unless you want to. But we're trying to, if need be, get a 15 passenger bus. If need be, if we can, pile all up in each other's cars. But we want to try to, we're going to keep the Feast of Weeks in Cincinnati with Israel Now. The Israel Now, the assembly from Louisville is coming to Cincinnati. We're coming to Cincinnati, and it's just gonna be a bunch of Hebrews having a good old time on the Most High's appointed time.
Participation is a must.
There is a cost. The cost for anybody that's watching or anybody that is going is going to be $10 per adult. $10. And of course, I want everybody to just understand that we do not make money off any of this stuff. Like, this stuff is specifically to provide for food and for the venue where we go. Like, $10 and $25 is not enough to line anybody's pockets for none of these events. We just have to have a fee involved, because we all gonna eat. And understand, when we had a gathering in the summer, it's a 3-day event. You're gonna eat all 3 days. You're gonna have fun all 3 days. So it's, $25 is minimal cost for an adult. And lastly, but not least, we were supposed to have immersion this morning for Brother Nathaniel, but because it was raining, we decided to postpone it to tomorrow morning. So now we also had an opportunity to anybody who is interested in being immersed, we can do it tomorrow morning at, 10 a.m.? Do we want to do earlier? 10 a.m. is good, yeah? Okay. It's supposed to rain tomorrow too, but I don't think it's supposed to rain until noon. No. We immersed on Belle Isle in the river, on the Belle Isle beach in the river. So I seen 2 hands up. Who was first?
Oh, I was asking, when you registered for the feast that's in Ohio.
Well, he sent me the the Cash App information. Let me give that out. I'm sorry. I'm glad you asked that. I'm so glad you asked. Where or when? I'm not sure of the address of the venue. I'm not sure of the address, but the where is going to be in Cincinnati, but I'm not sure of the address. I'm sorry. They're called Israel Now. We congregate with them quite often. They come up and congregate with us. So like it's a bunch of brothers that we're very, very well acquainted with, and we like to keep that camaraderie going. So for the $10 per adult for Cash App, you can Cash App number 513-399-9710. You can Cash App your $10 fee to that number, and I guess you can probably put like your name or something, and you're gonna add a note to Cash App. So make sure you want to put your name, or however many your name and however many people are coming with you that are above the age of 13. 513-399-9710. So if need be, we'll try to get the 15 passenger bus. If not, we want to still try to get down there. But if we get the 15 passenger bus, let's say you need a ride. Hold on, y'all. Let's it's something that needs to be. Everybody needs to know. Let everybody. If it's the situation where a lot of people need a ride, then maybe we can chip in and we get this 15 passenger bus. It might be like $10 a piece or something like that to ensure that you have a ride down. But like I said, we want to turn around and come back that same day, and that is June the 9th. Biggest what? The bus? I think the 15 passenger.
What's this week? What's this? This is the week of the 18th?
Yeah, so today is the 18th, tomorrow's the 19th.
We need to have by the end of this week.
We would need to have that information by the end of I I say the end of the week. By next Shabbat, let's say that. If you are interested and you don't have a ride, that's the thing. If you are interested and you don't have a ride, let's get a list going. If we can get a list going, somebody have paper and pencil that we can get a list going. So that if you're interested and you don't have a ride, maybe you can sign a list. If you're in the area and you're interested and you don't have a ride, maybe you can send an email and we can see if we need to, in fact, get the 15-passenger bus. But we will need that by next Shabbat because after that, it's over. But the day of June 9th, that's where we are going to be. And immersions. If anybody else is interested in being immersed, we will be on Belle Isle tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for immersion. Come one, come all. It's warm enough. We get out there. I think that's it. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Nope.
What is this?
Yeah.
Tell her to send it to you.
One more question.
Should just put it in.
What was it?
Come back when it's over.
Yeah, I mean, if
She knows that Abraham
it's sundown,
was dedicated to the Most High.
He wasn't the king.
if it's sundown,
Today,
then
multiple wives are lawful, but
we'll have to come back. Maybe start.
Abraham
coming back.
was not a
No,
king.
we have to start coming back. Maybe like
you
7.
can't.
Yeah, get up there
That's
early.
specifically for Abraham.
You know what I'm saying? Be up there maybe from like 12 to 7.
Who's
1
that?
to 7.
Is somebody on the chat? Yeah.
What did I say?
The question about Abraham having concubines and wives. Abraham was not the king, and that was prior to this law being instituted, prior to Israel having a king. So this all that happened. All that predates this law. But when
Is it okay today? And there's multiple wives are lawful, but
no, it's all lawful. It's all lawful. It has to be done decently in order, but it's lawful. It has to be done decently in order. 10 a.m. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Immersion. Is there anybody else interested in being immersed besides okay, I see 2 little hands. Another hand. Another hand. I can't hear you. Okay, well, tell them we'll be down there at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, getting it in. Yeah, so for everybody that's interested. This is the list for the bus. For the bus.
For the vans, for
It's
the
the list
15
for the bus.
passengers. So if you know you're gonna need a ride, put your name on the list. And I'm sure if anybody know that they're gonna drive and they have room, you know what I'm saying, you kind of want to make yourself available if possible.
Yeah.
But for sure, if you know you're gonna need a ride, please sign this sheet. We gotta have all this stuff done by the end of this week so we can ensure that we're all able to go together.
And also, okay, so also what we'll do is split that down the middle. What we'll do is we'll have one side for people who want to go and don't have a ride, and we'll have another side of the list for people who have room to transport people. That way we can save that money and we can get everybody there. But if you drive people, don't be ready to go at no 5 o'clock. I'm ready to go.
Well, what time are we gonna? What time are we gonna be?
I don't know if we said what? Said leave by 7. Oh, you're talking about leave to go there? Oh, we leave
From there.
From
What
there.
time are we gonna leave from
when
there?
it's over. I don't know.
This is a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, we'll leave when it's over. It's all up to you. We'll decide that once we get there, I guess.
We gotta decide that before.
I mean, it's all about who driving. That's what we drive in separate.
We'll leave at 9.
Yeah. All right, is that it? All the announcements we need to make?
So one side of the list for those who want to drive,
One side of the list will be for those who want to drive. Let's keep it light until we pray out, y'all. One side of the list for those who need a ride, and another side of the list for those who are able to drive, and also how many people you're going to be able to transport if need be, if willing. Cool? Everybody good? Am I missing anything? All right, let's pray out.
So, yes, sir.
All right. Father Yah, we come before you, Father, on one accord, Father, of one heart, of one mind. And we ask, Father, that you would just look upon us, Father. Remove anything that is unlike you, Father. Look upon us, Father, and see the blood of your Son, Father, which was shed for the remission of our sins, Father, so that we can be reconciled back unto you, Father. We pray and ask, Father, that you would continue to walk with us, Father. Lead us and guide us, Father. Remove the desire, Father, for us to have those things that are worldly, Father, and place in our mouth the taste, Father, to yearn for your word, the desire for your word, the lust after your word, Father. Father, we pray and ask that you would just put the desires in our hearts, Father, to seek first the kingdom, understanding that all things that our flesh might desire will be added if we just seek you first and your righteousness, Father. Father, we pray and ask that you would just continue to walk with us, be a light unto our path, and order our steps according to your word, Father. Help us to mend relationships, Father, and uplift according to your word, Father. Help us to build and not destroy. Father, we pray and ask that you would just continue to allow us to assemble together, Father, giving you the reverence, Father, the honor, Father, the praise, the esteem, Father. Father, we pray and ask that you would just continue just to walk with us on a daily basis, giving the understanding, Father, that your Ruach is with us, and you can do all things, and we can do all things through you, Father, through your Son, whose blood was shed. Father, we pray a special prayer, Father, for Brother Maccabees, Father. You know the desires of his heart. We ask that you would remove those obstacles out of his way, allowing those things that he desires to be attained, Father, according to your will, Father. Allow things to be done. Fight on his behalf, Father. Each and every person in this room, we pray that you would fight our battles on our behalf, Father, understanding that the victory is won already, Father. And all we have to do is just claim it and understand it, Father. Father, this and all these things we pray and we give thanks. So be it. Avinu Shabbat Shemayim. Ikadosh. Shenka. Tavo. Malkutka. Yease. Rasonka. Ba'aretz. Kasher. Na'asha. Bashemayim. Tein Lanu. Hayom. Likim. Hikanu. Usla. Lanu. Eight. Ashmatenu. Kasher. Sukim. Anaknu. La'asher. Ashmu. Lanu. Wa'al. Tabinu. Lede. Masa. Ki. In. Katsulanu. Min. Kara. Ki. Laka. Amam Laka. Wahayibora. Watifare. Lome. Ulamin. So be. Hallelujah.
Hey, well, y'all gonna have a late day that day, man.
This list, don't forget this list, y'all. Don't forget this list. The list should be here today. We also will have it